less than a week here, left at the apartment. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Feeling really blessed today. One of my friends gave me this coin. It says, let me show you. It says promise to live. Promise-to-live.org, pocket hug. When times are tough and you don't know what to do, here's a hug from me to you. Promise. Oh no, I dropped it. That says promise to live now. So it's like an anti-suicide thingy, basically. So that's fun. Yeah, I've been dreaming a lot, thinking a lot. What do I want the future to look like? So that's been good. It's 10:20, so it's getting kind of late. Might read a little bit from Essentialism. Essentialism sounds good. Here it is. Yeah. Today was interesting in that I was kind of like definitely wasting the day away after going to breakfast with one of my cousins who actually just bought a house. And he's younger, a lot younger than me, so that's goals right there. Yeah, I mean, future Dallin's gonna definitely be compassionate on present Dallin, so I try to remember that. 'Cause we're like the same person, right? It's just like sometimes it's tough to just get out of the apartment. It's easy just to feel stressed and think about everything that you still need help with and think about all the things you have not figured out yet instead of just vibing and enjoying the moment. There's like a true difference between that and then me running on the track, me running into this friend I wasn't expecting to run into on the track, and then getting to hang out with some friends after that. There's a real difference. There's a real shift of like, I'm actually going to be here. I'm actually going to like actually be present with life instead of like, just instead of like stressing about it. Like, I'm actually going to be here. Is this a gay channel? Here it begins. It begins. No, I am not gay. I don't know what gave off that impression, but I have nothing against anybody, but yeah. I have this book called Essentialism with me, so that's cool. Probably read a little bit. I like to talk about helping people to get more locked in for Christ. So that's often what I talk about. Strong spiritual eyes, welcome. Hello. We're doing 365 days of daily YouTube live stream. So today's day 6. So anyway, just feeling the love, feeling the blessings. It says in Philippians 4:7 that God's peace surpasses all understanding, and I feel a little bit of that today, which is good. Just choosing to be with Him in the moment. I mean, you're allowed to be yourself. I personally believe that, that it does say some stuff in the Bible about dudes should not be with dudes, but God does not like hate you for that. Is it a sin? I believe it's a sin, yeah. But I also believe that it's something that you don't necessarily have to act on, but I don't know, that's tough. I have some friends that are gay. I have one who opened up. I was the first person he opened up to because he was scared to open up to anybody else. And he trusted me. He's like, "Can we still be friends?" Like, yeah. So I don't know how that really works. We all have different struggles. So, but yeah, that's that. So yeah, running to that friend on the track was cool. Getting to hang out with some friends was cool. Had a friend get me this. I don't think it like super works. This cream soda Mountain Dew, but it's fun. It's fun. I was thinking about it how God always provides like according to your need, and sometimes he just provides way more than what you need. So it just comes down to rejoicing and being grateful for whatever the thing he sends. It's like you might be wanting a job or you might be wanting a girlfriend or something like that. Or a boyfriend if you're a girl. Sorry, I'm trying to there we go. But God will provide. So it just comes down to trusting him. Trusting him all those days building up to what he has prepared. So yeah. Yeah. We got like 1 week left here, which is bonkers. And today, honestly, I took a nap after going to breakfast with my cousin. Um, had some other things I wanted to get done, but then I went out to the track and really just poured out all my energy onto the track. I just did a ton of running, so that was good. That was way good. So definitely in this like brain healing time, learning to just like flow to the new things basically. So in the past, when you were in a past season, there might have been a tendency to flow to something different because that's what you were used to. Maybe there's a friend you talked to, or there's something else you did. But once you're in your new season, then you probably need to be doing something different because if you do the same thing over and over again, you're just going to keep getting what you've been getting. So, end of the day, it's just it's trust. It's letting God heal you. I remember when I had a really gnarly bike accident on my mission. I actually still have the scar from it. I could possibly show you, but basically it's on this arm. Uh, yeah, we'll just put this right here first. So basically we have, let's see. You probably won't be able to see it because it's like kind of faded. But if you saw me in person, you'd be able to see it better. I forget about this all sometimes. Maybe with better lighting too, you'd be able to see it. Yeah. Let me show you. So there you go. You see that? That is from that right there. That is from my gnarly bike accident, which was like, how long ago was that? 2017. It's like almost 9 years ago. I still have the scar. We still have it. So, hello from Chile. Hello. 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 But yeah, when I had this, they told me, hey, you have road rash. You need to put alcohol on it every day. You need to keep an eye on it. Like all these different things. And it was tough. It was tough to like give it the attention that it needed for it to heal. But I decided to trust the doctor's orders. And there's some things in life where I just haven't really trusted the doctor's orders as much. And so you just don't get the healing as much. So it's just learning, bro. No, I've never had any drugs. I do have ADHD, which makes my brain very like swaying towards the stimulating stuff. So, but I've never had any drugs. I think if I ever had any drugs, I would just be cooked. Like my brain would just be like, be so cooked. So no, we're not doing that. I'm trying to be very careful about what I consume and what I consume and what I spend time with. So I don't know, dude. Adriel, hello, what's up? I'm in Utah, but we'll be moving to Chicago next Friday. We still got a couple days. This is day 6. Daily YouTube live streams. Whee! So that's fun. Lots of fun things from today. And we're just kind of taking it day by day. I think sometimes when something doesn't go as you planned, it's really tempting to like just zero in so much on that moment and be so like ruthless with yourself. But when you can just give yourself some grace and move forward, it's a beautiful thing. We're going to read a little bit from this guy because we need to hit our 30-minute thing and we're not there. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. I like this. Okay. All right. This is from page 124. To understand what an essential intent is, we may be best served by first establishing what it is not. At the risk of using a consulting cliche, we can explore this using a 2x2 matrix. General, concrete, inspirational, bland. Inspirational, general, vision, mission. Concrete, inspirational, essential intent makes one decision that eliminates 1,000 later decisions. General, bland, values. Concrete, bland, quarterly objective. In the top left quadrant, we have vision and mission statements like we want to change the world. Statements that sound inspirational but are so general they are almost entirely ignored. In the bottom left quadrant, we have a set of vague general values like innovation, leadership, and teamwork, but these are typically too bland and generic to inspire any passion. In the bottom right quadrant, we have shorter-term quarterly objectives we pay attention to, like increased profits 5%, over last year's results. So this is kind of what we're looking at. So I'm talking about essential intent. That's kind of what we're looking at. So, yep, that's what we're looking at. These shorter-term tactics may be concrete enough to get our attention, but they often lack inspiration. And essential intent, on the other hand, is both inspirational and concrete, both meaningful and measurable. Done right, an essential intent is one decision that settles 1,000 later decisions. It's like deciding you're going to become a doctor instead of a lawyer. One strategic choice eliminates a universe of other options and maps a course for the next 5, 10, or even 20 years of your life. Once the big decision is made, all subsequent decisions come into better focus. There you go. The non-essentialist versus the essentialist. The non-essentialist has a vague general mission or mission statement, has concrete quarterly objectives but ones that fail to energize or inspire people to take their efforts to the next level, has a value set but no guiding principles for implementing them. Essentialist has a strategy that is concrete and inspirational, has an intent that is both meaningful and memorable, makes one decision and eliminates 1,000 later decisions. I like this a lot because it actually makes me think about it's like, well, if you want to be a 6-figure sales rep in Chicago, then it's about making the decision to be that. And once you made that decision, well, it's like, well, you got to be practicing, you got to be on the doors, you got to be doing all that stuff. So that's good. I like that. All right. When Martha Lane Fox was asked by the British Prime Minister to be the United Kingdom's first digital champion, she had the opportunity to create a description for this newly created role. You can just imagine all the vague, uninspired, or jargony ways Martha might have tried to explain it. It was a Dilbert comic strip waiting to happen. Instead, Martha and her team came up with this essential intent to get everyone in the UK online by the end of 2012. It was simple, concrete, inspiring, and easily measured. It gave everyone on the team clarity about exactly what they were trying to do. so they could coordinate their actions and energies to eliminate everything else. It empowered everyone on the team. However, Junior to push back and say, but does this real new idea really help to achieve our intent? And it enabled them to better harness the support of partners to massively accelerate the journey. Even though their full aspiration isn't yet reached, that clarity of purpose enabled them to make a far greater contribution than they could have made under any other circumstances. This is the kind of statement of purpose that we need for our companies, teams, and careers. So how do we craft a statement of purpose that's both concrete, inspiring, meaningful, and memorable? So, some good stuff. Some good stuff in here. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling, so if you find it boring, that's fine. Let's see. Stop wordsmithing and start deciding. When developing statements of purpose for your company, your team, or even yourself, there's a tendency to start obsessing about trivial stylistic details like, should we use this word or that word? But this makes it all too easy to slip into meaningless cliches and buzzwords that lead to vague, meaningless statements like the ones I cited at the beginning of the chapter. An essential intent does not have to be elegantly crafted. It is the substance, not the style, that counts. Instead, ask the more essential question that will inform every future decision you'll ever make. If we could be truly excellent at only one thing, what would it be? Ask how we know when we're done. That said, when it comes to achieving clarity of purpose, inspiration does matter. When we think of inspiration, we have to think of lofty rhetoric. But while rhetoric can certainly inspire, we need to remember that concrete objectives have the power to elevate and inspire as well. A powerful, essential intent inspires people partially because it's concrete enough to answer the question, how will we know when we have succeeded? So, there you go. You can be excellent at something, so what's the thing going to be? There you go. Yeah. That's that. I think a lot of this is that you have to be willing to revisit the things that have been helpful in the past. Hamburger said, I was so scared they already did stream. Yeah, it's okay. I'm probably going to try to start doing them around like in the evening after I've gotten stuff done in the day. So, yeah, I don't know. It gives you something to think about. So, I do like the thought of having a decision that eliminates like 1,000 other decisions. That's helpful. Because for me, I sometimes struggle with decision fatigue having the ADHD. So if you can have the decision already made, that makes it so much easier on yourself. So, like, when I was on my mission, it's like, well, you're already on your mission, so you might as well go and help out the people that you're there to serve. And you had appointments, you had these other things. And then day by day, like, you're able to fill in your calendar more. So I was able to work that out. Yeah, no, that's understandable. That's understandable. We only got like 10 more minutes. I hope you're good, Hamburger. It's been a little bit. But yeah. I do think it's like important to comment on some of the stuff he said though. It's about it's like really boring and stuff like that. I think that's important to recognize. It's like sometimes life and lives and stuff, it's not going to be very fun. It's going to be boring. If like I've had times where I'm guilty of like sensationalizing everything and like let's just have fun with this or enjoy this or embrace the inner child or whatever, but like the inner child also wants you to have like a game plan, have some safety and confidence and clarity, and those are kind of boring things. I was pretty sure your name was Creed, but I also don't remember you saying your name was Creed. So that's probably on me. But if you're asking like today, did I know that hamburger equals Creed? No. But I think you might have said that at some point. So I guess, yeah. Let's see. There's just some good stuff in here. Ooh. I need to get Effortless. That's the other the other Greg McEwen book that's super helpful. Yeah, there you go. I was just asking because I didn't know if you remember today. I went to the Talladega race today. That's cool. I'm not even sure what that is, but it sounds cool. Yeah. Hope that was fun. Here's another chapter that's pretty neato. It's called Uncommit. Win big by cutting your losses. It's a race car race of cars and trucks. NASCAR race? That sounds super fun. That's super cool. Have you been to that before? That is neat. Yeah. You said the pledge. Pledge of Allegiance? That's cool. That is cool. Now we will remember that hamburger equals Creed. Creed hamburger. Hamburger Creed. Imagine like a hamburger. It's like a place called Creed Hamburgers. And there you go. Cool. Some good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna read this this section real quick, even if it's super boring to some people. Beware of the endowment effect. It's on page 148. A sense of ownership is a powerful thing. As the saying goes, nobody in the history of the world has washed their rental car. This is because of something called the endowment effect, our tendency to undervalue things that aren't ours and to overvalue things because we already own them. In one study demonstrating the power of the endowment effect, the Nobel Prize-winning researcher Daniel Kahneman and colleagues randomly gave coffee mugs to only half the subjects in an experiment. The first group was asked how much they'd be willing to sell their mug for, while the second group was asked what they'd be willing to pay for it. It turned out the students who owned the mugs refused to sell for less than $5.25, while those without the mugs were willing to pay only $2.25 to $2.75. The mere fact of ownership, in other words, caused the mug owners to value the objects more highly and made them less willing to part with them. You're back? Nice, nice. In your own life, I'm sure you can think of items that seem to be more valuable the moment you think about giving them away. Think of a book on your shelf you haven't read in years, or a kitchen appliance still sitting in the box, or the sweater you got from Aunt Mildred but never wore. Whether or not you got any use or enjoyment out of them subconsciously, the very fact that they're yours makes you value them more highly than you would if they didn't belong to you. Unfortunately, we have this bias when it comes to non-essential activities as well as belongings. The project that isn't getting anywhere at work seems that much more critical when we're the team leader on it. The commitment to volunteer at the local bake sale becomes hard to get out of when we're the one who put the fundraiser together. When we feel we don't own it, when we own an activity, it becomes harder to uncommit. Nonetheless, here's a useful tip. Pretend you don't own it yet. Tom Stafford describes a simple antidote to the endowment effect. Instead of asking, how much do I value this item, we should ask, if I did not own this item, how much would I pay to obtain it? We can do the same for opportunities and commitment. Don't ask how I feel if I miss out on this opportunity, but rather, if I did not have this opportunity, how much would I be willing to sacrifice in order to obtain it? Similarly, we can ask, if I wasn't already involved in this project, how hard would I work to get on it? So, good stuff, good stuff. Mike in the chat. That's great. Hope you're doing great. We have our dirty Mountain Dew cream soda today. You love the videos. Thank you. Do you have is there something that really has helped you out? Something that stood out to you from something I said? I've been thinking a lot about how when I get back from door-to-door sales, it's going to be really important to put that money to good use, and kind of like what's being talked about here, making that one decision that makes 1,000 other decisions so much easier. So I think of my energy or my vibe and all these other things. These are things I need to value and not undervalue. And time is a big one. And so how do I do that? Making sure I actually do those things. I'm going to be on a podcast next week for the first time in over a year. It's been way too long. And a lot of that has been from not just allowing the identity and the new stuff to flow through and just getting in the way and stressing about things like, oh, I don't have my setup super set up, or I don't have this set up. But the thing is, God has these things so figured out, and he really wants you to, what we said, we were talking about yesterday, about not underestimating yourself. And today we just been talking a little bit about receiving that help. We got these. I could show you. There's more. There's more. See? There's a whole more. There's more. There's more. There you go. It's anything that you're okay, this is as good as it can get. You're very much wrong, because you have not seen all of the good things that God can do. And so much of the time, he's just preparing you to receive these bigger blessings. So It's about receiving. But that's the thing, like if you can't receive like a little bit of success or a little bit of recognition or praise for something, like you can't receive it, like you completely, like you just run away from it, you put your hands in fists, you just don't receive it. Um, Obviously you're not gonna, like God's not gonna give you some super big thing because you need to learn to receive whatever the thing is. So anyway, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I think there's a part of me that I've been learning to just kind of be okay with being me, like completely me, instead of stressing about different stuff. Like just being willing to explore and try new things. But yeah, I don't know who made, like, why is this a thing? The cream soda do. How much caffeine is in this guy? Oh, 54. Okay, it's not quite as bad as I thought it was. Now, if this was the voltage is fun. The Baja Blast is fun. There's another one. Code Red's also pretty okay. Not the biggest fan of this guy. Let's see what it says. My sister keeps posting bad videos on my channel. I don't know how to delete it. Life is a super big thing, though. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, you can go to like your video manager on the YouTube desktop, Hamburger. If you go on there, you can go to like your video manager, click the thing, and then just click delete, and it's gone. So, but that sounds frustrating. I would not be a fan of somebody uploading content that I did not want to have on my YouTube channel, So that is understandable. But yeah, it's like it's so bonkers crazy. Jesus is the best. That's right. That is correct. You have spoken correctly. That is correct. We'll just share this last little part too from the book. Yeah. Hal Arkes, a professor of psychology at Ohio State University who studies judgment and decision making, was puzzled by an enigma. Why are adults so much more vulnerable to this unconscious bias than young children? The answer, he believes, is a lifetime of exposure to the don't waste rule. So by the time we are adults, we are trained to avoid appearing wasteful even to ourselves. Abandoning a project that you've invested a lot in feels like you've wasted everything, and waste is something we're told to avoid. To illustrate this, he gave the following scenario to a group of participants. Assume they have spent $100 on a ticket for a weekend ski trip to Michigan. Several weeks later, you buy a $50 ticket for a weekend ski trip to Michigan, or Wisconsin. You think you'll enjoy the Wisconsin trip more than the Michigan trip. As you're putting your newly purchased Wisconsin ticket in your wallet, you notice that the Michigan ski trip and the Wisconsin ski trip are for the same weekend. It's too late to sell or return either ticket. You must choose which one to use. When asked which ski trip will you go on, more than half said they would opt for the more expensive trip, even though they would enjoy it less. Their faulty reasoning was that using the cheaper ticket would be wasting more money than using the expensive ticket. It's natural not to want to let go of what we've wasted on a bad choice, but when we don't, we doom ourselves to keep wasting even more. I'll read that last line again because I think that's powerful. It's natural not to want to let go of what we wasted on a bad choice, but when we don't, we doom ourselves to keep wasting even more. It's good thoughts. Helpful. What is this book? Actually, this book is called Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less. Shabam. Got it for $1 at the thrift store. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. He talks a little bit about faith and stuff in it, but the book is more about, it's more like a self-development, I could consider it as like a self-coaching book. Like it provides some stuff to go through, and then you get an idea of how could you apply this to your own life. Yeah, I just like that a lot. The natural to not want to let it go. When we don't, we doom ourselves to keep wasting it more. Instead, admit failure to begin success. I remember a friend who would never stop to ask for directions because he could never admit he was lost. So we'd waste time and energy driving around circles getting nowhere, the epitome of a non-essential activity. Only when we admit we have made a mistake in committing to something can we make a mistake on our what? Only when we admit we have made a mistake in committing to something can we make a mistake. Oh, a part of our past. Yeah, putting it in the past. Okay. When we remain in denial, on the other end, we continue to circle pointlessly. There should be no shame in admitting to a mistake. After all, we really are only admitting that we are now wiser than we once were. I like that. There should be no shame in admitting to a mistake. After all, we really are only admitting that we are now wiser than we once were. I'd consider this more as like a just kind of like a self-development, self-coaching focus kind of book. Let's see if there's some. Oh, so this says in the business section. So I guess I could see that like a business book. But yeah, it's a lot of it's just like thinking. How do you think, and then improving some of these things. Because when you're reading a book like this, you'll probably have some things come to mind in your life. So yeah, it's a good book. It's fun. All right, I'm gonna read this next line too. In the movie Tootsie, Dustin Hoffman plays a struggling actor who is trying to get work. The movie begins comically with a series of failed auditions. At one, he is told, "We need someone a little older." At the next, he is told, "We're looking for someone younger." Then at the next, "You're the wrong height," to which he responds, "I can be taller." The executive responds, "No, we're looking for somebody shorter." Desperate to make it work, Hoffman's character explains, "Look, I don't have to be this tall. See, I'm wearing lifts. I can be shorter." But the executive also insists, "I know, but we're looking for somebody different." Still persistent, the would-be actor pushes back again, "I can be different. The point is that we often act like Dustin Hoffman's character by trying too hard to be something we're not. Whether in our personal or professional lives, it's all too tempting to force something that is simply a mismatch." And then he just kind of goes on, getting a second opinion, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So there you go. That's pretty good spot. You enjoy improvement. That's good. Same. Improvement's good when we can make progress. Like I ran a 6:47 mile today. That was about what I ran, or 6:37 mile, excuse me. That's the same as what I ran earlier this week, the exact same time, just the times on the miles were different. So yeah, it's beautiful to like make it really easier to do the right thing by doing good stuff. Yeah. Talks about subtracting, all this other stuff. Yeah, I think overall this book kind of helps you see like we gotta be willing to take in stride. So yeah. I'll read this last little part and then we'll probably end the stream. You're kind of sleepy, so I type wrong. That's okay. Make the next right choice. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff from the reading today, honestly. Just like be willing to accept that you're wiser now and just to not like waste more time. No need to waste more time. All right, so the way of the non-essentialist, this is page 194. The way of the non-essentialist is to go big on everything, to try it all, do it all, have it all, fit it all. And the non-essentialist operates under the false logic that the more he strives, the more he will achieve. But the reality is, the more we reach the stars, the harder it is to get ourselves off the ground. The way of the essentialist is different. Instead of trying to accomplish it all and all at once and flaring out, the essentialist starts small and celebrates progress. Instead of going for the big flashy wins that don't really matter, the essentialist pursues small and simple wins in areas that are essential. Non-essentialist starts with a big goal and gets small results, goes for the flashiest wins. Essentialist starts small and gets big results, celebrates small acts of progress. So that's it. I mean that's kind of what it is at the end of the day. Like, we made a little bit of progress today in making this little video. 6 days in a row of 365 days. I mean, the big goal is to do 365 days to see like the progress from day to day, keep making improvements, keep being more intentional. Then that's a win. We made the win. We made the win really easy by literally just press the button. It's pretty easy. Pretty easy to do, pretty easy not to do. But I'm learning just to get more locked in on like creating first and then consuming later, and just spending as much time creating as possible. Because I do love creating. It's just sometimes I just get caught up in stressing about stuff and comparing my life to other people. But the reality, it's like, dude, you just get started, and yeah, there's no reason to be stressing about stuff. So it's happened many times in my life where I really like what somebody else is doing, and I just am like, oh, I really like that. And then it's like, well, why don't I do it? Why don't I do something like that? That was me with the gaming channel. That was me with some other stuff. So it's beautiful. Visualization of who you want to be compared to who you believe you should be, and deciding how much of either you truly can be. That's good. Visualization of who you want to be compared to who you believe you should be. That's good. Yeah. Keeping it in perspective. Make sure to pray today and go to church tomorrow so you can go to heaven and have no sin. There you go. I want to have more joy in the day to day. We had some joy today from just being in the good vibes and the good things. Who do I need to be, and does it align with who I want to be? And if not, am I prepared to be uncomfortable in becoming? Who do I need to be, and does it align to who I want to be? That's good. Well, I think that won the screenshot today. You're looking for your remote? That is fair. I have a remote. However, I don't know where the back is. It's disappeared, so that's sad. I hope you find your remote. Today was good. We'll just kind of break down and talk about some of the stuff really quick ways I saw God's hand in my life today. So, got to go to lunch or breakfast with my cousin. He paid for me, which is very kind of him, and I also had a coupon. And then we got a coupon because they were slow. Well, slow, it's Chick-fil-A. They weren't slow, but they gave us a coupon anyway. He gave that to me. He just bought a house, which is super cool. And we just had a good chat. He just kind of encouraged me. It's like, hey, God wants to help you, but you have to be willing to put yourself out there, because lately I've put myself out there for some jobs, but haven't really had anything work out. And so, yeah, so that was good to chat with him. Then I got home. And I watched some videos from Mike Malagies about putting God first, which is good. Then I took a nap, and I was feeling kind of like, but then I went on a run and got some miles in. That was good. And then got to talk to this one friend on the track. Then I hung out with some friends. We just talked, had some food, played table tennis, and then I did this. So it wasn't like the best day ever for sure, but it was still pretty good. Do a stream at morning and noon. We'll see. Did I get my charger back? I think that guy's gone, unfortunately. Yeah, he gets to keep my charger. It's okay. I reached out to him. I didn't call him, but I did text him a couple times. I guess I could call him, but it's like, I don't know. He was going through a lot. Like, he had a car that wasn't working. He just had a breakup and stuff. So I was like, he's probably going through more than I am. So tomorrow's stream would probably it'd be either in the early morning or later in the afternoon. I have church in the afternoon, so it's unlikely that I'd be able to stream in the in the morning, so it'd probably be in the afternoon. And I've been thinking more about possibly doing some kind of gaming stream kind of thing. So I really want to play Super Mario Maker on stream. I think that'd be super fun. So I got to do that a couple times on Twitch. So that'd be cool. Record a church vid. I probably won't record a video at church, but I might. Just not when I'm in church. It'd be before I get into church. Because people usually don't like to be on video when they don't really know they're on video. You lost your PS5 remote, Mike? That is really tragic. I am sorry. I really hope you find it. But yeah, like at the end of the day, God doesn't lie. My cousin has come in clutch several times. Super awesome guy. And he's got a house now. He's like renting stuff out. He's making good money. He's like, you ever want to hang out with me, let me know. And I've just been like being dumb and just kind of focusing on my struggles instead of my blessings. And I could have easily called him up like a week ago. We probably could have done something fun. So, yeah. Design a Christian game? That'd be fun. I have to like get financially self-sufficient first. David's Story, being awesome, MMORPG. There's actually a guy who's making a game. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I signed up to be a beta tester, but it's like going to be out on phones. But he made a game about Saul. It was called Saul of Tarsus. If you look it up, it's like a game on mobile. But then he's making another one called like David the Shepherd or something like that. And it's like it's not like MMO, but it's something else. I look in the blankets. It was in it. Hallelujah. That was awesome. What time is it, BT Dubs? 11:07? Ooh. Yeah. So overall, today's been good. Today's been good. I didn't really do much writing today, so that's been really something that has been missed out on today. Could have done that earlier, did not. So we're going to have to probably do that right now. So, well, 1:07. Okay. That is late. That is late. All right, I'm probably going to head to bed soon. Not really. I'm probably going to do some writing soon before I go to bed. But yeah, it's just temporary. It's it's gone. So today overall I feel like I did a good job of being present with the people that care about me and just receiving God's help, trusting His Spirit to a certain degree. Not perfectly, but certainly trying. And next week I gotta move some stuff out. Gotta just get things into a better place. But yeah, we can get some good sleep and get some good days stacked up, and then we'll head out to Chicago. So that'll be fun. Be a little crazy, but it'll be fun. I'm excited to keep the streak alive. So yeah, I think today's 15 days of 10,000 steps every day, so that's cool. And then I've been wanting to do more morning walks, so that's like the secret sauce with that. And then today marks 6 days of the YouTube live stream. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm just kind of sleepy. But I appreciate the kind words and the encouragement and the comments. That's appreciated. We'll just keep going. Eventually, we'll be doing this on Twitch simultaneously as well, most likely. And we're just kind of learning to accept like the best possible thing that you can imagine. God can give you that. He can also give you a lot more. But you do have to trust Him. So like in a couple months, it'd be really fun to be, have some money in the bank, doing more streams, and just kind of getting to play through some games that I haven't finished yet and just being able to share them with you guys. I think that'd be fun. And also keeping this streak alive. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, one day at a time. It's like I'll circle back to what we talked about a little bit earlier. Like when God presents and provides some kind of blessing, your ability to receive that blessing is showing him if you want more blessings. Because if you're not willing to receive what he's given you and you're not willing to rejoice in it and appreciate it, then you need to, there's clearly something you need to learn. So there's a lot of other stuff. Something else on my mind, I'm thinking about like Pokemon Champions recently came out. It'd be fun to play through that and just see if I can climb the ladder on that. I think I've really struggled at times of thinking that God is restrictive, but God's never restrictive. He's always very he's just strategic about things. So there's some things it's like, yeah, if I had the money and stuff figured out, then doing a little Pokemon Champions stream, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it's just being willing to see it in the right vein and to not just overthink it or stress about it. It's just like showing up, you know? So there's a lot going on up here. I'm learning just to kind of like, let's just act, let's just get things done and move forward. So anyway, God is good. He's faithful. Any kind of blessing he provides, rejoice in that. He can provide more and be willing to vibe and hang out with him. I mean, today, like I was kind of heading back and was planning to, go, but then one of my friends suggested that we play some ping pong, and I'm really glad I did. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, I know that God is good, that he is faithful, and that when we hear his voice and we move forward, then we'll see things better work out, because he can literally do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. He knows everything. He knows all the open jobs. He knows all the people that have all the things. He knows all the things. And he's mighty to save and to rescue and to build you up. So I'm excited to see how I continue to see his building me up in the next bit. Well, we're just going to kind of keep going, rejoice in the little wins like it was talking about in here. So, and yeah, know that Jesus is the Christ, and that he loves us, and will help us make the most of things. And I say that in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. There you go. That is that. This is me. We're tired. Got too sleepy. That's okay. I'm sleepy too. I'm gonna say a quick prayer for Mike and for Austin. Mike, Austin, and Hamburger are the main peeps in here today. All right. God, I'm grateful for Mike, Austin, and Hamburger. I'm grateful for just your goodness and your faithfulness, and please help me to truly be who you need me to be, to live in line with the wonderful blessings that are in your design that are down the road, and to receive your blessings with gratitude, knowing that as I continue to receive your things with gratitude, that everything in my life will be figured out. Help me to more trust in thy deliverance, to not wait, to act, just to simply to move, and help me to be willing to walk so the seas can part like they did for Moses, and to just not let my brain get in the way of my taking action, but to use it to help me to just be like an ally, to help me get things done. And help me to have a good day at church tomorrow, and just to truly receive your help and your blessings and your rest and your joy and your peace, and to not strive and to not just be stressing about things or think like I have to do anything perfectly. Help me just be here and to receive your blessings as I prepare to go to Chicago. Help me to get the sleep I need, continue to help out my inner child with the healing that's still needed, and just help me be more patient with this daily building. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. There we go, folks. That is it. We're almost at an hour. That's good. Well, it was fun. It was sweet. It was fun. Good times. It was good times. We're going to keep going. So, catch you later. Appreciate you, Mike. Sleep well. God is good. He can do anything.